So here we are at the last event of the day. Now this was the International Mile event. So we've got some very fast runners. So I thought I'd take some slow motion analysis and just video these guys, see if there was anything that jumped out about their different techniques. So we'll play this through slowly, and we have runner number one coming through. Now we can see he's got a very high knee lift. So he's using his hip flexors very well. We'll pause there. We can see just how high that thigh is coming, the front leg. So he's doing very well. He's got a lot of flight time. And if we just play that through, we notice the arms dropping quite a bit there. The right arm's dropping down. But apart from that, very nice technique. Nice and tall. Hips are well forward. So he's not allowing the knee to bend too much. Runner two, again, has a good knee drive, good arm position, looking straight ahead, foot's coming down in that position, small gap between the knees there, so at the left leg, we notice we can only see a very, very small gap between the right and the left knee, so he's driving that left leg forward already. Runner three, coming through, at the foot strike position, a slightly larger gap between the knees, so he's not quite as quick driving legs through, but again, keeping the stance leg quite stiff there, not dropping down too much. Runner four, small gap between the knees at the foot strike position again. So those first four runners looking very good, all quite similar. Then we come on to runner five. Now we notice a couple of things with this chap. He is leaning forward a little bit more than the others. He doesn't have much arm movement. We'll just reverse this and we'll play that through again. Not a lot of backward arm drive with that right arm, keeping it quite still, quite bent forward, but rounded in the upper back. And at the foot strike position, quite a large gap between the knees, so we can see this area through here. We see quite a lot of daylight, so he could be driving that leg through a little bit faster as well. Now he also, I noticed earlier, is in a bit of a posterior pelvic tilt position, so we notice that when this right leg coming down, he's dropping into he's sort of rounding the lower back a lot. So he's actually decreasing tension in the hamstrings. So his pelvic control could be a little bit better there as well. The next chap running through here at the foot strike position, again with most of the runners we see a nice vertical shin at the foot strike, slight knee bend, upright body position, small gap between the knees, so he's not bad as well. He's probably dropping that right hand a little bit as well. So we'd like to see that elbow staying a little bit more bent. The next man in the green, again, got a nice high knee drive at the foot strike position. He is, not much gap between the legs, so nice fast action with the legs, keeping the hands quite high. So that's quite a nice technique from the chap in the green. The next one through, probably a little bit much of a forward lean compared with some of the runners we've seen. And the ninth gentleman coming through here now at the foot position, vertical shin, quite a large gap again between the legs. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of daylight. So a little bit slow driving that knee through compared with the others. And I also noticed comparatively not lifting that knee up very high either. So if we drew a line from there to there, we can see that knee isn't very coming up very well at all. Compared with the other chaps. If we go back to some of the other runners, particularly at the front, we'll just see how high they're driving that knee through, lifting it up nice and high there. So compare the height of these two front runners at the moment. Got a good leg lift through there. Nice height through here. And if we come through to last gentleman here, we'll notice that angle is possibly not as steep as the others. Okay, so a few observations there, and this might be of value to some coaches for the middle distance runners.